It started the way these things usually do, small, harmless, almost cute. My son Eli was 4 when he first mentioned Mr. Tall. We were sitting at the kitchen table, late afternoon light slanting through the blinds, Eli swinging his legs under the chair while I pretended not to notice the applesauce he de-smeared into his hair. "Mr. Tall doesn't like peas," he said casually. I laughed. "Neither do I, is Mr. Tall." Eli looked at me like I'd asked something obvious. "My friend." That was it. No build-up. No drama. Kids have imaginary friends. I knew that. My wife, Jenna, even joked that it was a healthy sign of creativity, emotional processing, all that parenting blog stuff. So when Eli started setting an extra place at the table, or whispering into corners of the room, we didn't panic. We smiled. We nodded. We played along. "What does Mr. Tall look like?" Jenna asked one night while tucking Eli into bed. Eli thought for a second. "He's tall." "Well?" "Yeah," she said, smiling. "Anything else?" "He doesn't bend right." That smile froze. "What do you mean?" she asked. Eli shrugged. "He stands like he's stuck." We chalked it up to kid logic. Kids describe things weirdly. They mix metaphors. They exaggerate. That's what we told ourselves. The first real change wasn't what Eli said. It was what he stopped doing. He used to sleep with his door cracked open. Nightlight on stuffed dinosaur tucked under his arm. Normal kid stuff. Then one night, I found him standing in the hallway at 2 a.m. Wide awake, eyes fixed on the wall at the end of the hall. Not crying. Not moving. Just staring. "Buddy," I whispered. "What are you doing?" He flinched like I'd yelled. "She," he said. "He'll hear you." "Hear who?" Eli slowly raised his finger and pointed at the wall. The wall at the end of the hallway was plain. Beige paint. No pictures. No doors behind it. Just a dead end. "That's where Mr. Tall sits," Eli said. "Sits?" I asked. "He doesn't like the bed anymore. He likes the wall." I carried Eli back to his room that night, sat with him until he fell asleep. Told myself kids go through phases. Night fears. Imaginary friends evolve. But the next morning, Jenna found something that made her hands shake. Eli had drawn a picture. Crayon and printer paper. A tall stick figure. Arms too long. Legs crooked. Head nearly touching the top of the page. Behind it was a square shaded dark. "What's that?" Jenna asked it. "That's the wall," Eli said. "And what's inside the wall?" He looked confused. "That's where Mr. Tall lives." "Didn't you know?" That night, Eli refused to sleep in his room. Not screaming. Not throwing a tantrum. Just quietly shaking his head. "I can't," he said. "He's mad." "Why?" Jenna asked gently. "Because I told you his name." That's when things escalated. Eli started knowing things. Things he shouldn't. He told Jenna not to use the 3rd step on the basement stairs because it is loose like before. The step we'd fixed years ago and never mentioned. He asked me why I stopped talking to the man with the broken neck. My uncle, the one who died in a car accident before Eli was born. We didn't keep photos of him. We didn't talk about him. When we asked how he knew, Eli always gave the same answer. Mr. Tall told me. His behavior shifted in subtle, unsettling ways. He stopped playing with toys. Stopped watching cartoons. Instead, he sat on the floor, facing the hallway wall, whispering, sometimes laughing, sometimes apologizing, and always checking over his shoulder before speaking to us. "He doesn't like when I talk to you," Eli said one morning. "He says, you forget things." "What things?" I asked. Eli frowned. "The bad things." That night, Jenna and I argued in whispers in our bedroom. "This isn't normal," she said. "Imaginary friends don't do this." "He's 4, I said, but my voice lacked conviction. "He's afraid of the wall," she snapped. "Not the dark. Not monsters. A wall. As if on cue, Eli screamed. Not a scared scream. Not a nightmare scream. A warning scream. We ran down the hall and found him pressed against his bedroom door. Hands shaking, eyes locked on the end of the hallway. He stood, Eli whispered. "Who?" Jenna asked. "Mr. Toll." I turned on every light in the house. Checked the wall. Knocked on Italiano sale drywall. No sound. No hollow spaces. Still, Eli refused to move. "He's closer now," he said. "He doesn't have to sit anymore." That's when Jenna remembered something. The house wasn't new. It had been renovated before we bought it. Striped down walls, replaced. Layout changed. "Do you remember what the realtor said?" She asked quietly. I didn't. "There was an incident," she said. "Years ago, a man died here." My stomach tightened. "He was unstable," she continued. "They found him inside the walls. He'd been hiding there, living there. How did he die?" I asked. Jenna swallowed. "They said he broke his neck, trying to crawl out." That night, Eli spoke in a voice that wasn't entirely his. "He says you took his house," Eli said, staring at the wall. He says, "Walls remember." The air felt heavy, pressurized, like something was waiting. Then we heard it, a sound so soft I almost missed it. Humming, low, slow. A lullaby. It was coming from inside the wall. Jenna covered her mouth to keep from screaming. Eli smiled. "He's singing for me," he said. "He says I don't have to be scared anymore." The humming grew clearer, closer, then tapping from inside the wall. 3 slow knocks. Eli stepped forward. "No," Jenna whispered, grabbing him. Eli struggled. "He wants to show you something." I backed away, heart pounding, eyes locked on the wall. The tapping stopped. Silence. Then the baby monitor on the shelf crackled to life. We hadn't turned it on. The screen flickered. Static cleared, and for just a moment, we saw it. A tall shape, pressed impossibly close to the camera. A face stretched into an unnatural smile, looking directly at us. Then the screen went black. Eli started crying for the first time in weeks. "He's not Mr. Tull anymore," he sobbed. "He says he remembers me now." We moved out 2 days later. New house. New walls. Eli doesn't talk about imaginary friends anymore. But sometimes, late at night, I hear him humming softly in his sleep. And sometimes if I stand very still, I swear I can hear a second voice joining in. If this story got under your skin, subscribe to Mr. Horrorboy and stay away from the walls.